Now, people are scolding anyone who refuses to mourn Lindsey Graham, a man who spent decades championing wars, threatening entire countries and people, treating imaginable human suffering like an acceptable cost of American power. Now, you don't have to celebrate anyone's death, but nobody's entitled to a rewritten life simply because that life has...
Well, I got it.
Valerie?
Yeah.
Could you do it again?
Sure, yeah. Was there a technical something?
I think it could be a little bigger, more excited.
Can do. Okay, ready? Well, I got it.
It is 7:54 in the morning, and I just woke up. Yes, I slept in my makeup.
Lindsey Graham!
Celebrating somebody dying because you disagree with them politically is bad. That shouldn't be a revolutionary statement. That shouldn't make some people on the left go recoil in their corners with their Charlie Kirk memes hosting live celebrating Lindsey Graham's death. That makes you a bad person and certainly does not give you any moral high ground to judge what others do with their time here on earth. He still had a soul. He was still made in God's image. He still has loved ones who are trying to mourn his loss, and I can't even imagine how much more difficult that is to do when you open up your phone and people are quite literally basking in the glory of your loved one dying suddenly. That's disgusting. That is wrong.
I have absolutely no words left to describe these people's hypocrisy, so let me just show you.
It was just confirmed that Hamas's right-hand man, Mohammed Deif, is now going to be spoken about in the past tense whenever you reference him. So pour yourself a drink, celebrate, and Mr. Sinwar, you are next. That they discovered Yahya Sinwar's body in the rubble. He was hiding like a rat while he lived his entire life like a rat. Isn't that amazing? Because I was thinking about Sinwar and his unfortunate demise earlier, and there's no way you could convince me that this was not of God, right? The same God that sat there and said, those who bless you will be blessed and those who curse you will be cursed. We are witnessing that firsthand. You're laughing? Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis just lost their sugar daddy, Ayatollah Khamenei, and you're laughing?
And before Maddie tries to defend Lindsey Graham and claim he doesn't have any blood on his hands, a little reminder.
Many people in this part of the world say what happened in Gaza does not align with Christian values. Killing children, killing mothers,
I'll be honest
killing
with
families
you.
who are not militants.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Why?
Because what did we do in World War II? Did we think 1 minute about starving the Germans? Did we bomb every city to smithereens? So this is a war. No,
October 7th to World War II.
Yes, I am.
And then they flattened Gaza.
Just flattened it. We flattened Berlin. We flattened Tokyo. Were we wrong to drop an atomic bomb to end the Japanese reign of terror? Were we? So my view, if I were Israel, I would have probably done it the same way.
So apparently we're doing that same ritual again. A political figure dies. People react honestly to the legacy he left behind, and suddenly everyone becomes deeply concerned about civility. Now, people are scolding anyone who refuses to mourn Lindsey Graham, a man who spent decades championing wars, threatening entire countries and people, treating imaginable human suffering like an acceptable cost of American power. Now, you don't have to celebrate anyone's death, but nobody's entitled to a rewritten life simply because that life has ended. And before anyone lectures the public about decency, remember what the sitting president wrote about Robert Mueller dying. Good, I'm glad he's dead. There is no national agreement that political death must be met with grace. There is no selective outrage, because in American politics, cruelty is rarely condemned on principle. It is condemned when the wrong person directs it at the wrong side. Death may end a person's life, but it doesn't erase the consequences of how they lived it.
Whenever a political figure dies, actually specifically on the right, and inevitably the left celebrates, there's always a discussion about, oh my God, this was a person, a human with a family and a life, and like, that's so disrespectful. It's like that was also as true for every single person that political figure impacted and actually directly killed. Like specifically Lindsey Graham started and was actively involved in so many useless wars that killed millions of people. And all of those people had families and were whole humans the way he was. So it's not evil to celebrate the fact that he can't do that anymore. Like, what's actually disrespectful is the fact that you could never connect those dots before, that he impacted so many people in such negative ways and was such a violent person. Because you died doesn't mean all the bad stuff you did is erased. It actually means you can't keep doing it. It's just interesting to see how much people like divorce these figures from their actions and their power.
South Carolina, you are free. Mother Earth said you are free from this monster, from this treacherous evil that was blessed to you in 1996 or somewhere beyond that time, because he looks old and decrepit anyway. But the universe has blessed South Carolinians today with the absence of Lindsey Graham. His death will be forever withheld in our hearts as a day of triumph and just a day of joy and peace. And we are now settling in with the love that we have for each other. We can come together for the love that we have for Dr. Annie. We're going to put her out there. She's going to represent us in a way that Lindsey Graham could never have done. And you know what? It's a great day in South Carolina. I can hear the Republicans crying out, their souls weeping right now because they have lost. November has already come and gone for them now that Lindsey is gone. They have lost. It is over. It is over for them. South Carolina is now blue. Welcoming all Democrats from across the Mother Earth right now to South Carolina. Lindsey, you have done one of the best and greatest, most beautiful stunts you could have done in 2026, and that is pass away. And we thank you. We're forever grateful for your moment of death.
My makeup.
Lindsey Graham is dead! And I think everybody
This is disgusting. I need all y'all liberals and Democrats, please come to the front right now. Every single one of you. If you can sit and celebrate someone's death, that says a lot about you and your character, your morals, your values. You are the problem. You are what's wrong with America. Okay? Y'all are filled with hate, evil. It's absolutely ridiculous and it's sickening. With that being said, it's time for us to make America great again. It's time for you liberals to sit down and shut up.
It is absolutely appalling, the comments that Democrats and liberals are leaving on the post I made about Senator Lindsey Graham's passing. It is okay to have a different political opinion than someone, but celebrating in their passing is absolutely disgusting. They have all this fake outrage for bullshit that doesn't even matter. And when a true tragedy occurs, they snub their nose. There were many things that I disagreed with Senator Graham on, but I respected him, and I thought he was one hell of a senator. There was no doubt that he loved this great country, but because he supported President Trump and he supported Israel, liberals are celebrating that he is no longer with us. Would they have these same feelings if it were their family member? The hypocrisy that comes out of that party is absolutely astounding. This is just one of the many reasons that I could never support the Democratic Party. These people desperately need our prayers. Let's remember the family of Lindsey Graham as we go throughout our day today. I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday. God.
So there's a lot of people saying things like, oh, I can't believe y'all are celebrating Lindsey Graham dying and Mitch McConnell potentially being dead. My thing is that people have every right to. People like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell decimated the lives of countless people, right? Like what are we actually talking about? And this is why it's so hard to build community with people, because y'all don't actually want, not just liberation, y'all don't want humanity for people, right? You are frustrated, you're more frustrated with people for being happy about a complete supervillain being gone, rather than being frustrated at the fact that people have to do things like put groceries on Klarna and Afterpay, which is directly tied to people like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. But y'all gonna be mad when Donald Trump goes, because it's gonna be something.
Well, I got it.
Valerie?
Yeah.
Could you do it again?
Sure, yeah. Was there a technical
No,
something?
I just, I think it could be a little bigger, more excited.
Can do. Okay, ready? Well, I got it. It is 7:54 in the morning, and I just woke up. Yes, I slept in my makeup.
Lindsey Graham is dead! And I think everybody in the neighborhood should know about it! I am fucking happy! One down! So many more to go!
Hey guys, breaking news. Lindsey Graham just died. And they say that celebrity deaths happen in threes. I don't know, it's 11:11. Let's make a wish.
Good morning, and fuck Donald Trump. It's 5 a.m. where I am on the East Coast, and I bring you some really great news. Lindsey Graham has passed away. That girl is gone. We are manifesting the shit out of this, and they're dropping like flies. So come on, guys, get these names. We're getting close. We're getting close to that motherfucker, y'all. We're getting close. Let's go. And good morning. It's time to dance, baby.
So I'm out walking my dog, and Lindsey Graham just died, and I'm like so happy, but like it's like 3 a.m, and there's no one to tell, and like I feel like Paul fucking Revere or something. I'm like, everybody on the East Coast is asleep, even the West Coast is kind of asleep, and I'm like, hey everyone, do any of you know that Lindsey Graham just died? It's up and it's stuck. Is anybody?
Bye, Lindsey. Bye, Lindsey Graham. From the closet to the coffin. Real seamless. Real seamless. Also, yeah, Mitch McConnell. So it's Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham. It does happen in threes. Hope.
Death comes in threes. So we got Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell. I'm not getting my hopes up. I swear I'm not. I swear I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not.
A friend sent me this and told me to blind react to it. And honestly, I feel nothing except for absolute confirmation that we live amongst the dumbest, stupidest people that ever have been. To simultaneously say that we are the evil side because we just want to protect our country while you are happy and cheering and celebrating of someone's death. And you do this over and over and over and over again while believing that you are the good guy. Well, I tell you what, you ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. You might feel like you have shit in the moment, but I guarantee you, just because you don't believe it, I promise you that when the time comes and when it's that moment that actually matters, none of this will matter. And you won't be shit.
Yes, Lindsey's he's good. Who's going to Disneyland with me tomorrow? I'm so happy.
This is quite literally the cult of death that the Democrats have become. Death becomes them. They get giddy. They get exhilarated with the thought of their political opponents dying. If you consider yourself a Democrat, you are complicit in this absolute disgusting behavior that happens on the daily with leftist lunatics. You think that this is okay? You think that this is something that should be accepted in society? You're sick, you're twisted, you're evil. If you agree with this person, you're a disgusting monster. I'm sorry, but that is true. But this is really what Democrats have become. They are a cult of death and violence, and they are as if the 4 horsemen of apocalypse. They're beckoning for them to call. They want the world to end. They are a death cult. They are an apocalypse cult. And this is what they do. They celebrate the death of men for no reason.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that Senator Lindsey Graham was a great and honorable man just because he's dead, because he wasn't. Lindsey Graham was a miserable, evil warmonger with no principles. The sad, pathetic end of his career is a testament to a Republican Party that's become a cult to Donald Trump. I don't care what anybody says from the Republican Party. I'm not going to take any lectures from them after they support a president who virtually spit on the graves of John McCain, Robert Mueller, and Rob Reiner. What made Lindsey Graham so horrible is that he knew better. He was close friends with Republican Senator John McCain, the man Trump attacked in life and kept attacking after he died in 2018. And then he snuggled up to Trump like a puppy dog begging for a bone from his owner. What kind of man befriends the enemy of his deceased best friend? Trump gave out Lindsey Graham's personal cell phone number to the world, and Lindsey laughed it off like the beta male that he always was. What I hate about Lindsey Graham is that he knew exactly who Trump was from the beginning. He called Trump
a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
He said he's
unfit for office.
And said that he
doesn't have the temperament or judgment to control himself.
Graham said that Trump would be
the most flawed nominee in the history of the Republican Party.
And after all that, he became Trump's little lapdog. Yes, he briefly broke with Trump after the January 6th insurrection and said,
"Count me out. Enough is enough."
But the very next month, he was cozying up to Trump again. And just last year, Graham said that
Trump is my favorite president.
And why?
We're killing all the right people.
And that's who Lindsey Graham was. A man who got a hard-on for war. Afghanistan, Iraq, Venezuela, Cuba, Iran. It didn't matter for Lindsey.
I go back to South Carolina. I'm asking them to send their sons and daughters over to the Mideast.
Graham recently told Israel,
"Why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? To Israel, do whatever you have to do."
I don't care if Lindsey Graham was gay and spent his whole life in the closet. That's a struggle his conscience had to deal with and take to his grave. I do care that he spent his entire career supporting a party that tried to hurt LGBTQ people. And that's the problem. It's the constant lies and hypocrisy from Graham and the Republican Party. When President Obama nominated a Supreme Court justice in 2016, Graham made up a new rule that we can't fill a vacancy in the last year of a president's term. But then when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died in the last few months of Trump's first term, Graham changed the rule and pushed Amy Coney Barrett onto the Supreme Court 1 week before Election Day.
And you could use my words against me, and you'd be absolutely right.
He did the same thing on abortion. First, he said
they should decide the issue of abortion.
Then a few months later, he supported a national abortion ban because
this is not a states' rights issue.
Today's Republicans have no principles but power. If they will sell their souls to Trump, they'll sell their souls to the next highest bidder as well. But now that Lindsey Graham is dead and Mitch McConnell may be next, it's time for us to put a stop once and for all to the mad cult of Donald Trump.
I knew him very well. He was a friend of mine for many years through John McCain, who was his best friend and his mentor for many years. I saw a lot of posts online this week kind of celebrating his death and rejoicing. And listen, I know that Trump does that. He did it with Bob Mueller. He did it with John McCain. He did it with Rob Reiner. He did it with Rob Reiner. But it's inhumane, and it's really lacking empathy. And the dead person's dead and can't hear you and can't read your post. That just has to stop.
So there's a lot of people saying things like, oh, I can't believe y'all are celebrating Lindsey Graham dying and Mitch McConnell potentially being dead. My thing is that people have every right to. People like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell decimated the lives of countless people, right? Like what are we actually talking about? And this is why it's so hard to build community with people, because y'all don't actually want, not just liberation, y'all don't want humanity for people, right? You are frustrated, you're more frustrated with people for being happy about a complete supervillain being gone, rather than being frustrated at the fact that people have to do things like put groceries on Klarna and Afterpay, which is directly tied to people like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. But y'all gonna be mad when Donald Trump goes, because it's gonna be something.
This is weird. But one thing I will say is that when you leave this earth, your legacy or how you will be remembered is how you treated people and how you made them feel. You know that human beings will forget what you told them, but they'll never forget how you made them feel when they heard you say something to them or say something in general. And by all means, from what I've seen from Mr. Graham, he was not the people's favorite. He was not doing anything for the people, in my opinion. You know, he was not doing any of that. He was just out there living his best life and saying the most shrewd and disgusting statements. So obviously, people are not going to be so sad when he passes. That's just the truth, that people seem to forget that your legacy is mainly made of how you made people feel, and what you leave behind. If people feel like you made them feel awful, then when you die, they're going to say, yes, that guy made me feel awful. They're not going to remember the good things, if you did any good things. Anyway, guys, this story is very, very tragic. May his soul rest in peace, number one. On the other end, when you leave, people remember you for how you made them feel and for the things that you said. Unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. That's how human beings react. So to expect the opposite of human beings and their nature is just you wishing for rainbows. That's all I'm going to say. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you do the nice things like subscribe, comment, share, everything. Let's read today's quote. Because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world, our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of acceptance. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.